봐봐. 미세티야!
Hey YouTube, welcome back. Here we are, another week for another video from Gundam Build Divers. See, I got the name right this time. And what an episode. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's talk about what I noticed, what I liked, and what I didn't like, and I'll give it a rating at the end of it all. We learned more about the characters, and we realized that there's one of them who's kind of like me, who's like a nerd and knows about all the places, because when they venture into this virtual world, we see all the different places from Gundam Wing, from V Gundam, from Double O as well, all the different places in this virtual world. So that's pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. I especially liked the shout out that he gave about Shakti, who is from V Gundam, about the flower that he was holding, because I actually really enjoyed V Gundam. I enjoyed most of the series out there actually. Just, I don't think I've ever really hated one. I guess Gundam Savior, because that was a live action disaster. But V Gundam shout out, that's pretty cool, because I don't think V Gundam gets enough press, but there's so many, I guess none of them get enough press. So that was a pretty interesting episode. If we go through it chronologically, from the beginning, I also like how they kind of did a balance patch. They didn't make Trans Am as hacks anymore, because the character clarifies that you have to be good at building in order to be able to use Trans Am effectively, and we actually see that later on as the story progresses and near the end of the battle. I like how they really focus not just on the ability to fight, but the ability to build. I guess it's kind of like a marketing tactic as well. But it's really smart, because that way there's more progress, there's more of a plot that can occur, building this person who's a novice, both from building and fighting, to being really good. We see them kind of have fun, they're like in the field, they talk about Shakti, that's really cool, and then eventually we find our main characters, the Ogre and the brother, who was like a wannabe Desi from Gundam Age. And when they start fighting, we learn some more about the mechanics of fighting, which is also interesting. I feel like a big part of this episode was understanding more about the characters, and also a bit of world building. You know how a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows, they have episodes and time dedicated to creating a world so the characters can interact and play in the world. This is the same where we understand more about how the process of Gundam Build Divers work. And afterwards, then we start to see the fight, and we see the GNX looking pretty cool kind of customized design with kind of the blades. Those blades I think are from a UC Zaku back then. I think it was Blue Destiny. It was running like a Destiny program, and he basically had a lot of these metal blades, and he went crazy. He had this Destiny program that would allow him to kill really quickly. Similar to Trans Am. Actually, Trans Am has been reiterated a lot of times. It's actually from back then, from one of the earlier series where there's like this program. And in that anime, the program it had a conscience of a girl, which is kind of weird as well. But he turns Trans Am eventually, but the GNX fights these domes. Great seeing the domes again. Haven't seen those domes in a long time in HD, in like new animation style. I love the huge guns that they were holding, and there was also this kind of limit break style where it was like a decal break, and where he turned into this interesting color. I thought that was an interesting plot device, and I didn't really care much for the girl, just because it's how many Gundam series have we seen where there's a girl where they're just a plot device. She's very boring as well. Like, I've had enough of those type of girls in Gundam, so I didn't really see much for that. But the fight was pretty cool, and then afterwards he turns and starts fighting our main character. And I actually like characters like the Ogre, because he's crazy, he has a sick voice actor, you know, just that kind of crazy masculine type where they're like, fight me, I wanna kick you, I wanna beat you. I thought that was really cool, and he forced him to go Trans Am. That was pretty interesting as well. Afterwards, when the fight was finally over, I actually didn't expect Trans Am to kind of break down. That's interesting. It kind of encourages both the main character and for the consumers who are watching the video to want to build more. So I don't think I've had an urge to really want to buy a new Gundam yet. This was like the last one I got, the metal build for the F91, and I'm pretty happy with it. So maybe in the future I'll buy something again, but I haven't gotten any urge from watching the video yet. Maybe I'm probably not the right demographic as well. So the battle ends with the girl kind of shielding them. I knew that the girl was going to play some kind of a part in terms of stopping the battle. I thought maybe she would have done something similar, but not exactly standing in front of them. I actually thought the Ogre was going to be kind enough to let him go, like fight with honor, but I guess he actually wanted to just slash and eat him up, as he said. I like that kind of thought though. Maybe the character can be a bit more complex as the story goes as well, or he's just a typecast villain who wants more and more power and has hunger for more and more power. But that's what we have, and then we see that he says he's not going to go trans out until he gets better. That's smart. That's a great way to build a character arc, because similar to Age Gundam or a lot of other ones, we need to see them slowly become better. We need to see the process, the rising action that can lead to a good climax. And for them to say, oh, I'm not going to use Trans Am yet, that's perfect. That way, he'll still have a lot of obstacles he needs to go through, he needs to conquer before he will become the hero character that he will end up being. The last part I thought that was interesting was when they went out, their friend, the girl, she was dressing up. That was kind of cool. She was wearing pajamas in the theme of that character from Turn A with the butterfly kind of glasses. I thought that was pretty funny. I really enjoyed that. And we also see the Gundam base kind of arena. There were 3 posters, and one of them is the original RX-78 poster. This guy here, where he's shooting up at Zeong. I really like how they had that as a poster as well. I thought that was really cool. Other than that, pretty cool episode. I would say once again probably 7 out of 10, just because it's not for me anyways, and for me as a viewer, like what I'm looking for, I'm not getting enough of that. I like how there were battles, but there was just so much plot development that wasn't interesting enough. I mean, there's all these different worlds, but they're all virtual. It kind of negates the importance. It negates the weight of how things are. I mean, in Gundam Build Fighter in the past, we know that the fights are always virtual, but if we're going to be spending that much time in this virtual world, I'm guessing it's either going to be secretly a door to another dimension, or if it's just really a virtual world, then not really that interesting. And the tech is so out there, so it doesn't help for any of us to relate to it. Otherwise, it was great. I also noticed that the main character, the 00 modified, his V-fin kind of reminds me a bit of Wing Gundam, especially when he was in storage after the battle and he was getting repaired, and we saw the angle looking at him from up. That is classic Wing style of drawing the Gundam, where we look at him from a bottom perspective. Like say for Seed, when Seed is in storage, we look at him from like a higher or from the same perspective, but that was classic Wing, and the double V-fin with the V-fin going up and the side, that just made it even more, reminded me even more of Wing Gundam. I'm interested to see more Gundams in the next episode. I think that they're gonna spend some time to build it more. Love seeing the domes. I like seeing GNX. I wasn't a big fan of GNX from, I mean GNX is just fodder. Whereas Dome, they were like a main character in the original 0079, and I thought they were really cool, and I really liked using them in some old Gundam games too, because they're kind of speedy and they had a cool assist. Other than that, that's gonna be it for today. I also added end screens to my videos today, so you can check out my playlist, which I've linked, and you can also check out my previous review of episode 1. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about today's episode, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!